Okay, Tennessee Volunteer fans, let's talk just a little bit about the current state of our program. First of all, one of the reasons I love fall so much, look at all this kick ass orange. I mean, are you kidding me? How can you not love the color orange? Now, if you're not a Tennessee fan, I understand. You don't like orange. I get it. But look at all of this beautiful, brilliant orange surrounding my home on a crisp fall afternoon. Okay, last night's game. Man, was I frustrated at the end of that game. A lot of Tennessee fans are questioning why Derek Dooley started Justin Worley, why he burned that red shirt. I don't blame Derek Dooley a bit for burning that red shirt. Number one, next year, Justin Worley is more than likely not going to get shit on by a bird just like I did. Holy shit. Guess that bird don't like orange. Alright, where the hell are you? Is it a bird or a squirrel shitting on me? Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely shit on, don't blame Derek Dooley a bit for starting Worley. And he has announced that he's going to start him against Middle Tennessee. Don't blame him a bit. Look, you've already started him. I'm not so sure if I agree with pulling him last night. I'm thinking he's the horse you've chosen. Ride that horse all the way to the end of the race. But if you don't start him against Middle Tennessee State, then you start worrying about the whole confidence thing. I'm not a football coach, never have been, never will, so I don't understand sometimes why they make the decisions they make. But I do understand somewhat the psyche of a teenage football player. They are very easily shaken in their confidence, especially quarterbacks. A kid like Justin Worley, probably his whole high school career, he was the man. He was probably the man at his high school. Hey, look, fuck y'all, okay? This is not your outdoors, it's our outdoors. You'll share it and you'll like it. Anyway, so you've got that fragile ego probably to start with. So you start him, I think you got to stay with him. Right now, Tennessee's offense is anemic. They can't do anything. 2 times the defense gets you the ball inside South Carolina territory. 2 times you give it right back to them. A lot of people bitching about the defense. I've bitched about them myself. But here's the thing. When you're young like that, it's easy to bow up in the first half, be a badass, and stop that offense. But someone said it's like a heavyweight prize fight. In the first couple of rounds, the young guy, he can take those jabs. Take them no problem. But as the rounds wear on, those jabs start doing their damage, and then by the end of the fight, you're just about to get knocked out. I think that's what's happening with Tennessee's defense right now. They can take the shots and they can withstand the surge early, but as it wears on, especially when you're hit with a freaking 20-play, 98-yard drive, it wears on you. A 2-yard run becomes a 5-yard run. A 5-yard run becomes a 10-yard run. A 10-yard run becomes a long run for a touchdown. Now, we didn't have any long runs for a touchdown last night, but you get what I'm saying. Patience. We've got to be patient. I know it's easy to look at this team right now and say, damn, man, we're never going to get any better. But look at everything that's happened to this team this year. You lose your best defensive player a week before the season starts. Your best linebacker is still out. You lose your quarterback 3 games, 4 games in, 5 games in, something like that. Last night we had one of our starting linebackers out. We had another starting defensive player out. We're just thin right now. We got to be patient. It's hard to do. I know it's hard to do. I get so frustrated watching this team. I get mad at the coaches. I get mad at the players. I get mad at every friggin' thing. But then, once I've settled down and look at everything with a more level head, I see what's going on and I get it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Doesn't mean it's going to get any better right now. But folks, it will get better. I mean, shit. We wear orange. It's going to get better. We've got Middle Tennessee State coming up this week. I'm not going to make a hate video for Middle Tennessee State, so just consider this my Middle Tennessee State video. Sure, I'll make some more videos later this week, but hate for Middle Tennessee State? Come on, give me a break. This is a game that with our third string we should win. It's a game for Justin Worley to get some very meaningful and valuable snaps. Hopefully he'll play the whole game. We'll get some points on the board and win this game by 2 or 3 touchdowns at least. Looking ahead at the rest of our schedule, which is probably not a good idea for Tennessee fans, we really should be looking at this one game at a time. But looking at what we have left, Middle Tennessee State, that's a win any way you cut it. Tennessee loses that game, you talk about embarrassment. Moving on after that, we travel to Arkansas. That's a game that you looked at the beginning of the season on the schedule when we had our full strength of players, and you pretty much chalked it up as a loss. Now, with a bunch of players out, do we have a chance in that game? Probably not. But guess what? That's why they play the games. Tennessee's basically got 2 weeks to work on some things and try and go over there and make it a competitive ball game. Yesterday, Vanderbilt should have beaten Arkansas. In most years, that would be a holy shit moment. But Vanderbilt's not bad, man. Vanderbilt very well could be favored coming to Knoxville, and I can't remember a time in my life ever when that's happened. We'll see what happens 3 weeks from now, but that's a very good possibility, Vol fans, so be ready to deal with it if that's the case. I think Tennessee, under any circumstances, should beat Vanderbilt. But again, we'll get to that game when it gets here. And finally, we close out the season with Kentucky. Does the streak continue? Well, look, Kentucky's horrible this year. They're horrible. We should beat them. They broke out black uniforms yesterday. What did it get them? A big fat loss against Mississippi State. So, folks, let's please put this godforsaken uniform shit to bed once and for all for good. The Tennessee Volunteers are orange and white, period. Let's leave it at that. Players should be worrying more about wins than what fucking color jersey they're going to be wearing. What's one of our slogans at UT? Go Big Orange. Not Go Big Black. Go Vols. 4 games left. Got to get at least 3 of them. Let's get them all. I know we're shorthanded. I know we're thin. I know we're young. But I also know we're orange. Act like it.